loves, welcome to a new video here on the channel. Today I wanted to do a kind of different video. It's one that I've considered doing for a little bit, but I just haven't done just yet. And basically it's a previously inked, right? And so it's a video where I want to talk about how it went with the actual pen and ink combinations, and just showcase how and where I use them throughout the month itself. So it's a little bit like a supplement to the monthly flip through, if you will. So yeah, just in case you are new here and you didn't see my previous Twisby, I read Twisby and that's what I said. My previous currently inked, this is what I had. So first of all, let's talk about the Sailor Pro Gear in Smoky Mauve. It is something that I love. I really love, honestly, all of the colors of the Diamine line for the Diamine Forever line in this pen. I think it's my favorite. When I first got this pen, it was really difficult to use because it was way too dry, but after hearing about adjusting the tines, I did that, and ever since then it's been a dream to write with. So I really like using it with like the Diamine Forever inks right now. So you can see here's an example. I did like a little poem slash musing for the day. I used it quite a bit in here just for general like media updates. Right there. Let's see, where else did I use it? I'm pretty sure I used it in some morning pages. And then let's go in here to check out our daily log. I don't think I used it in the daily log. Here's the day that I received it. I did a little swatch here in the daily logging. This here is, I believe, Tamon Kakitsubata, so that would have been this pen. I used that quite a bit. I think that one was one of the first ones that I just finished using. You can see it here as well. So here is that Smoky Mauve. Here it is again. I really love the Smoky Mauve color. I think it's a really fun one, and the fact that it is a permanent ink just makes it even better, like the fact that it's waterproof. But after that, I pretty much didn't use it in my daily log. I just kind of kept it separated, and I did use it in my morning pages. Like you would have seen with Tamon Kakitsubata, this one is a very wet ink to me, and it was equally wet in here. So I did struggle a little bit with some of these papers. Some of these papers that I use in my daily log are the pen can feather a little bit, or it can feel a little scratchy, but not in a good way. So that's one thing. I didn't 100% love the pear, so I'm intrigued about potentially using it in another pen, like maybe the Kakuno or perhaps the Perkio, and seeing how it feels in that. I did one time, it's completely separate, but I did one time ink it in this parallel pen, and I had to take it out because it was way too wet. So that is the Sailor Pro Gear. That's the Smoky Mauve and Kakitsubata. Diamine Forever Passion Flower and Diamine Forever Tiger Lily were two colors that I did not expect to like at all, and became some of my favorite pen and ink combinations of the entire month. So here is, this is Wearing Gold, this is, so here's Passion Flower. I absolutely love this page. I think it's beautiful. It's a color, it worked really well. First of all, it worked really well in the pen. And look at that match. I think it's a perfect match. Honestly, I considered just kind of leaving it inked with the Passion Flower because I loved it so much. It was so fun. It never felt dry, and there was no hard starting, which is so surprising because whenever I ink this up with Raven, which is also a Diamine Forever ink, it is always super dry and hard starts. It's horrible. But with Passion Flower, I didn't experience that at all. And so I did end up using it quite a lot. Here, let's see. You can see I used it here in one of my little trackers. Also, these headers up here, have the colors of the currently ink. They're some of my printables, so you can kind of see the different colors in action as well that way. Here's a little M5 that I used with it as well. I don't think I have any other ones separately in there. Nope, I think that's it. Absolutely loved those two. Here is Tiger Lily. So at first, Tiger Lily was a little bit dry. I had that in the medium Kakuno, but after I got it working, again, really fun pen and ink combination. Really enjoyed it. There it is again. I used Tiger Lily a lot in my morning pages journal, so I don't show this on camera, but like you can see here, there's quite a few pages of it. I really enjoyed the writing experience of that one. And again, what's really fun about the Diamine Forever inks are that they're permanent, and so that's really fun. In terms of, let's see, Hongdian in Seaweed. I barely used that color. I think I maybe used it once or twice. But that is not the fault of Seaweed. I'm not a fan of the Hongdian, quite honestly. So here, this one is Hongdian with the Seaweed color. I only used it these 2 days on this spread. This pen hard starts like there's no tomorrow. I really don't care for it. What I might do, and the thing is that I can't take this out. I think that's what it was. I tried doing the thing with the tines, and I can't take this nib out, and I don't know if it's because it just doesn't come out or it's because I'm not strong enough, but I'm too afraid to break it, even though I don't really care for the pen anyways. So I'm not inking this up again. I every single time I've tried this year to ink this, it's just not been a fun experience, so I'm just gonna cut my losses and let that go. Another pen that I completely forgot that I had inked up was the Lamy Safari with the Kyoto no Oto. This spread is using that, and I think that's pretty much the only time, maybe in the beginning of the month, that I used it. Oh, here's Seaweed too. There's Seaweed as well. I completely forgot that I had it inked up in that color. There's here, that's a little section as well where I had it. So that one, I did end up just using it a little bit towards the end of the month, the beginning of October, and just cutting my losses and moving whatever was left back into the little sample tube. Originally, I was going to have carryovers into the following month, into the following currently inked, but I ultimately decided that there were some colors I wanted to try out, and so I just, whatever colors still had ink in them, either I just washed them out or I put, if there was a considerable amount like it was with this one, I just put it back into the sample. I will say, by the way, Smoky Mauve was the only pen that I re-inked 3 times. So I re-inked the Sailor Pro Gear 3 times with that Smoky Mauve color. It was definitely the one I used the most in the month. Dried Guava. My qualms with Dried Guava. It is the driest ink I think that I own. So dry. I've tried it in three other pens, and it was not a good experience. I will say it worked fairly well with the 2.4, which is not surprising. It's why I ended up putting it in there. I used it quite a bit for headers. So you can see there's a header there. That was pretty ugly. That was like first starting. Oh, here's the Kakitsu, what is it? Shioku Yuido. Right there in the beginning. And then I completely forgot about it until the end of the month. Let's see. I think most of the titles are gonna be in either the cousin or the hours journal. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. I only used it for headers, of course. That's what the pen I use. I wouldn't use this for like regular writing, but I don't think that that's a pen that I'll use in like regular. I'm sorry, I don't think that's a color that I'll use in regular pens, at least none of the ones that I have. I might try it in this TWSBI at some point because this TWSBI is a pretty wet writer. So there's a potential for it to work in that. But I mean, in this TWSBI, which is a medium, it didn't work. In the Sailor Pro Gear, it was horrible. I think I tried it in one of the Kakunos, and again, disaster. So it's a very tedious ink color to me. And then finally, in terms of colors, the TWSBI Eco Matcha with Tona Williams Chocolate Cosmos. I found that with the TWSBI medium, it always felt really light. which again was pretty surprising to me. So I'm curious about using it in a thinner pen. So I'll show you. Actually, that's not finally. I have to go back to Kakitsubata. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I won't forget. This video is a little bit all over the place just because I've never done it before. It was kind of off the cuff. I just was like, you know what? I want to talk about how the pens went. It's something that I wanted to talk about for a while. So there's no real rhyme or reason. I'll try to be a little bit more concise with it next time if you guys like these kind of videos. So here it is with, you know, the Chocolate Cosmos. And the Chocolate Cosmos is a color that kind of, it kind of like it's kind of duochromy. It changes the color as it dries. But here is how it looks like. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it a lot, but I did find that it was a little bit too light at times. So I really want to try it in a thinner pen. So that's that one for the daily logs. For that one. And then the last one that I want to show you in the daily logs would be the TWSBI Eco Tamon Kakitsubata, which is this like periwinkle color, which I absolutely love. It's one of those colors that I did forget at one point that I had inked up, and then when I remembered, I made it my personal. I haven't talked about Jane Eyre either. Sorry guys. I made it my personal mission to use it. So here's one spread where it's just fully that color. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love Kobe inks in this pen. I've also inked up Ryoko Himalayan Blue in this pen, and I love it as well. So definitely love the Kobe colors in this pen, and I love this spread. It's one of my favorites from the month. I don't think I have any others. Yeah. That's that one. And then Jane Eyre. So Jane Eyre is in the Perkio, and I didn't use it as much as I thought I would, which is why I am carrying it over into the next month, because I do want to finish using it. Whenever I did, I quite liked it. I just kept wanting to use other colors. Like I'm telling you, the Tiger Lily, where are you? Tiger Lily and Passion Flower just called to me. I think those were probably the even though I re-inked the Smoky Mauve the most. Smoky Mauve was more utilitarian in nature. This was more like fun and creative. I just absolutely loved it so much. So that's what they ended up looking like in the Vertical weekly daily logs situation. Let's look and see if there's any in the cousin. I don't think I would have any over here. Oh, so here's, for example, one of those headers in Dried Guava. And one of the reasons why I wanted to show you guys this is just so that you guys could have examples of what the inks look like in use. I'm giving you some spoilers here for future no, this is Lullaby. That's not it. Since I'm always working in like multiple places at once, it's a little rough. There is Kyono Oto's Ryoku Yuiro. I felt like it worked really well with this ink color, or rather this color here. Like the ink color match is what I mean. Okay, yeah, so I don't think there's much in here in terms of these particular colors. The only other one that I had, which was a carryover from the previous one, was the hot magenta in this Fude nib, and I used that quite a lot as well. Oh, here's seaweed. So here's seaweed, but this was not in the pen. This was me kind of doing some ink play. So there's that. Yeah, that's it. And the cousin, I don't have much else in here with the colors. The only other place that I probably did use them, if I remember correctly, is in our studio journal. So I did do some journaling in here like you would have seen in the flip through, and I used the colors. And what's really fun about that is that they really matched fairly well. So this was the Tamon Kakitsubata, right? So it worked really well with this. I just love this color. And you can see here, it feels a little bit lighter than it looked like in the the writing, I did also want to show you, because this also uses Tamon Kagitsubata. I used it here in these vertical weeklies. Oh, and then I did use Jane Eyre. I've been using it for daily logging this week, so I'll show you that here. So that's Jane Eyre. No issues with hard starting. I really love how this color looks quite a lot. So Tamon Kagitsubata, definitely a good combination with the TWSBI Eco for sure. Here is Ryoko Yuiro. I don't know why that word doesn't stick. And again, there's nothing wrong with the pen and ink combination. I just wasn't called to the color this month. There was other colors that called to me a little bit more, which makes sense. This is a shimmer ink, and I don't see much shimmer, truthfully, but that also could just be that I didn't shake the pen. So that might be a me thing. Here's Tiger Lily. Again, Tiger Lily, first of all, look at how well it worked with this spread. Like, look at how all of them worked with the spreads. I feel like the colors worked so well, and that was definitely not planned. But after it stopped being super dry, it just worked so well. Again, I really just wanted to keep it inked with it, because I loved how bright, especially for like accent colors, it just worked really well for me in this month. Here is Seaweed. I feel like the titles on this one looked really, really good. I feel like it came out much better. I'm getting a little bit better at the pen. I feel like there's definitely a learning curve to it. So when it comes to this pen, I do quite like dried guava. I think it works well. There is a lot of shading, so if you don't like the shading, then it might not be for you. And then this is Chocolate Cosmos, and as you can see, like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's so much lighter. Unfortunately, with this pen, one thing that I really love, and I know a lot of people don't, is shading. I love shading a lot, and you can see that there's it's a dynamic color. Like, there is a good amount of range between the darkest point and the lightest point, and I feel like I didn't get that with the medium nib. Like, it feels very flat, and I think that's probably what I don't like as much. I don't know, that might be it. There's like not a lot of, it feels pretty flat, and I like there to be a little bit more, I like it to be a little bit more dynamic in terms of the shading. So again, curious about having it in a thinner nib and seeing how that works. This is Seaweed. So when it works, it works. It's just that the hard start is really annoying, and it always feels particularly dry, the Hongdian. So, but it again worked really well with the colors here. And then here is Passion Flower. I think the color that most excited me out of this whole set is definitely Passion Flower. And I say that because it's not a color that I normally go for. Like, it's really not. And when I first watched it here, first of all, look how much darker it looks here than here. Like, can you see the difference there? Definitely feels darker on the Tomoe River paper. I don't go for this kind of purple, honestly. It feels a little bit too cool, like a warmer purple. However, in the fine, it worked so well for me. And I don't know, I'm thinking I might just go ahead and re-ink it because I love it so much. But this is another use of the Passion Flower. Again, worked really well with some of the purples on the spread. And then this is the magenta that was in here. Worked really well as well because of this little printable image. And then that's it. So that's how I used the pen and inks in the month. I'll show you my little cheat sheet that I will now put into my journal, my monthly, now that we finished with that set here. So I have like a little cheat sheet here, and I just wrote here in the back that my faves were definitely Passion Flower, Tiger Lily, Kakitsubata, and Smoky Mauve. And then I was about Kyono Oto, Seaweed, Dried Guava, and Chocolate Cosmos. I did put Jane Eyre in here just because, again, I didn't use it very much, but I do quite like the pen and ink combination. I was not as fond of the others in the pen and ink combination. Dried Guava I did like in combination with this one. I have personal beef now with that color, and honestly it's made me a little wary of Lennon Toolbars. They have beautiful colors, but now I'm terrified of getting any of them for fear that they're going to be too dry for me. But anyways, that's what I got for you. I just had the worst coughing attack ever. Oh my goodness. Let me know if this is a type of video that you enjoy, and I will add it to the roster. Keep an eye out for next Currently Inked, because that will be coming soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.